Okay, so let's review, okay, the concept of weighted average cost of capital. Weighted average cost of capital class is the combined cost of debt, preferred, common equity. Okay? Considering that assets are primarily supplied by debt, preferred, and common equity, these sources have respective cost of financing. Ano pong ibig sabihin nitong cost of financing? May kapalit. Hindi pwede po na itong nakuha mong asset, say for example class, ano ba ang formula or rather ano ang journal entry kapag ikaw ay nag-issue ng stock? Hindi po ba debit cash? Okay? Debit cash amounting to kung magkano man yan, and then magkikredit ka dito ng common stock at par value, okay? And also APIC in excess of par value. So yan po ang entry mo kapag ikaw ay nag-issue ng common stock. Kapag preferred naman, instead of crediting common stock, credit ka ng preferred stock. Kapag ikaw naman ay nag-issue ng bonds, debit ka ng cash, okay? Amounting to say for example, 100,000. Tapos, meron ka ditong credit na bonds payable, okay, at face value, no? Face value. Tapos, kung na-issue mo yung bonds na yan at a premium, di meron kang credit premium on bonds payable. Pero kung na-issue mo siya at a discount, then meron ka namang debit discount on bonds payable. Okay? So, ayan. Kunyari, discounted na lang yung bond. So, this is your entry. What I am driving at class is that meron kang natanggap na cash. Di ba? Meron kang natanggap na cash. Yung natanggap mo, galing yan sa investor. Ikaw yung issuer. Okay? So yung galing sa investor na pera, nag-e-expect yung nag-invest na merong kapalit. May return sa kanya. Yung return kay investor, cost mo naman as the issuer. Kaya nga po siya weighted average cost of capital. Cost of raising capital. Sa financial management or sa MS, ang capital ay asset. Ibig sabihin, magkano ang kapalit na cost nitong cash na natanggap ko? At ang kapalit nito ay in the form of dividend. Okay? Dividend. Diba? Kasi magde-declare ka. Yun ang ibabayad mo. Kapag kumita, may unrestricted RE, yan naman ang i-distribute mo sa mga investor. Nang tawag natin sa kanila ay stockholder. Dito naman, ang kapalit naman dito sa bond kasi umutang ka sa publiko. Ito kasi nagbenta ka ng ownership sa stock. Sa bonds naman, umutang ka sa public. Kaya kung may utang ka, ang kapalit naman ay in the form of coupon payment or current yield. 'Di ba? Yan yung diniscuss natin kanina. Kasi magbabayad ka ng interest which is equivalent to nominal interest rate times face value every period na ikaw ay required magbayad. So yan ang kapalit. Diba? Yan yung cost of debt. Okay? And the presumption, of course, kapag cost of debt, yan ay yung yield until maturity. Yung kinikita, kaya yield to maturity, ang kikitain ng bondholder ay galing sa ibinayad ni issuer. At yan po ang tinatawag nating cost of debt, yung yield to maturity. Okay? Ito namang cost of common equity, maliban pa sa dividend yield, ang tanong, na kanino na ngayon ang stock? Wala po sa company. Paano kapag tumaas ang stock price? Sino ang, kumbaga, magre-reap ng benefit ng pagtaas ng stock price? Hindi po yung company. Hindi yung issuer kasi na-issue na niya dati at a lower price. Ang kikita na dyan, class, ay yung stockholder. So, ibig sabihin, meron pa ditong, kumbaga, foregone benefit, opportunity cost on the part of the issuer na nalipat sa stockholder. At yan ay return din po ng investor. We have discussed this a while ago. This is also known as the capital gains yield. Kaya po class, yung capital gains yield, kinita ng investor, hindi po si issuer ang, kumbaga, nakinabang dyan. Kaya opportunity cost, part siya ng cost of capital. Okay? Kaya may mga company class na pag mababa ang stock price, nag-share buyback sila. Ibig sabihin, nag-allocate sila ng pondo para bilhin pabalik yung stock kasi the market price or the so-called perceived value is less than the true price or the intrinsic value. Diba? Tsaka nila ibebenta pag nagiging overvalued na yung stock. Doon sila kumikita. Yan po ang tinatawag nating capital gains. No? Ganon din po sa bonds. Yung current yield, nagkakaroon din po tayo ng capital gains yield kapag ka mabebenta mo naman yung bond at a higher price. Okay? So now, what are the components of cost of capital? So sinet lang po muna natin kung bakit ang cost of capital ay composed of, okay, debt at equity, whether common or preferred. Dahil, ang sagot na po dyan, dahil meron kang nalikom na pera na kailangan mo ring ibalik. Okay? Kapag utang yan, like bonds, long term po, ibabalik mo in the form of interest plus the principal amount when it matures. Kapag ka naman stocks, syempre hindi mo ibabalik yung nakuha mo sa stockholder, pero may kapalit kasi owners na sila, may share sila sa profit. Okay? At the same time, may capital gains. Ngayon, ano ang mga components ng ating cost of capital? Una, cost of debt. It represents the interest the company must pay on its debt to its creditors. Generally, this pertains to long-term liabilities. Hindi po kasama dito, class, ang short-term liability. So sa cost of capital, pang long-term lang po siya. Kaya nga po, capital market ay composed of long-term securities at saka equity security. Hindi kasama dyan ang short-term. Okay? So kapag money market, okay, yung mga inisyo mo pang money market, mga ano lang, mga less than 1 year, hindi po kasama yan. And bonds, ayan. Several instances, the company's bond, YTM, is used to represent cost of debt. Bakit po ganun? Yield is return, di ba? Yield until maturity. So yield to maturity. Isipin nyo na lang, class, sino bang nagbabayad nung return ng investor? It is the issuer. Di ba? So cost po yan ng issuer, return naman on the part of the investor. Yeah. The cost of debt must still be reduced by tax rate. Bakit ganon? Kasi may tax shield effect po ang interest, di ba? Earnings before tax, kapag hindi, earnings before interest and tax, I should say, kapag hindi mo dinadak yung interest, mas mataas yung tax base, di ba? So yung interest expense, allowable deduction po siya para mas mababa yung basihan ng income tax na babayaran natin. Kaya meron siyang tax shield effect. Okay? So it represents tax savings on the part of the company such as, so ganito po natin i-compute kas ang cost of debt after tax, kapag after tax, KD times 1 minus tax rate. Okay? So that's after tax cost of debt. Mag-ingat kayo sa pag-compute ng WACC. Alamin nyo muna, YTM lang ba yung binigay or after tax cost of debt na? Yan. Cost of preferred, it represents the yield the company must pay a preferred stockholder through distribution of preferred dividends. Okay, the cost of preferred, paano po kinocompute ang cost of preferred? Ayan po KP is equivalent to dividend divided by price. Ang preferred stock ay wala pong growth rate, di ba? Zero growth po yan. Kaya po, dividend over P or price lang po ang pag-compute. Etong cost of debt, kung paano nyo kinompute ang YTM, ganun din po siya kinocompute. No? Yung yield to maturity. I hope diniscuss sa inyo yung 60-40 formula. Ha? Kung hindi ibibigay yan at YTM po ay i-compute, okay, we have here the 60-40 formula. Paano kinocompute yun? We have here the coupon payment. Okay? Tapos, plus tayo dito nung face value. Okay? Kasi yan yung ibabalik, di ba? Yan yung ibabalik doon sa investor. Okay, investor. Sorry, we have here bond price muna. Bond price minus face value. Okay, face value. Divide this by time until it matures. So divide this by T. Okay, time until it matures. Then we have 60-40 formula or 40-60, no? So we have face value, i-multiply mo to ng 40% and then coupon payment coupon payment times 40%, it should be 40. 60-40 formula nga po. Palitin ko to 60-40. Estimate lang po ito mga kapatid kapag ka sa problem solving, pinapakompute sa inyo ang YTM at binigyan kayo ng band price, class, may advice kapag ka MCQ, multiple choice, i-compute nyo na lang, i-trial and error nyo na lang. Kasi more or less, kapag gamit kayo ng YTM na ganito, lalo na kung magkakalapit lang yung percentage, say for example, 10.02%, okay, 10.5%, 10.20%, o kaya 10.15%. Pag ganun, magkakalapit eh. Okay? So yung range na ibibigay ni YTM using 60-40 formula ay hindi eksakto. So baka magkamali ka pa doon sa choices. So may advice kapag nag-board exam kayo at saka sa quiz, kung MCQ po siya tatanungin, i-trial and error nyo na lang yung 4 na choices. Pero kung ang binigay class ay letter A, 9%, letter B, 10%, okay? Letter C, 12%, letter D, 15%. So kung ganung mga range, no, hindi yung point something lang pagkakaiba, you can use this 60-40 formula. So coupon payment plus band price minus face over time, okay, times face, or rather divide this by face value times 60% and coupon payment times 40%. Okay? So ayan. Pero ito class, itong time, dito lang po siya sa difference ni band price at saka ni face value. Hindi kasama si coupon payment dyan. Ngayon, kapag cost of common equity naman, ganito po siya kinocompute, no? Gagamitan mo ng dalawang paraan. Pwede po na yung capital asset pricing model, which we have discussed a while ago. Or yung tinatawag nating David Gordon model. Cost of common equity is equivalent to, okay, if it is David Gordon model, it is equivalent to div1 over P sub 0 plus G. Okay? Ito kasi capital asset pricing model ang ginamit. So, cost of common equity applying capital asset pricing model again is equivalent to beta times MRP plus risk-free rate. Okay? So, ito po yun. Na-discuss naman na natin to kanina. Ayan. Ngayon, if you're going to use the David Gordon model, ito po yun, discounted cash flow technique, ganito mo naman siya i-compute. Okay, ayan po. D1, dividend 1 over P sub 0 plus G, which is the growth rate. Okay? Etong P sub 0, kapag ka hindi siya new issuance, wala pong flotation cost, okay? Hindi po natin babawasan yan. So, ang cost of new issuance is higher than cost of retained earnings. Okay, take note of that. Kasi itong P sub 0 na ito, magbabago yan due to flotation cost. And a flotation cost is additional payment due to issuance of new shares. So we have here KE, cost of retained earnings pong tawag dyan. P sub 0, that's the stock price today. D1 is the dividend yield and G is the growth rate. So ito po ang formula natin, div1 over P sub 0 plus G. However, kapag ka ang problem po ay nagbigay ng flotation cost, ibig sabihin, kailangan nating mag-issue ng new shares. So, ito naman ang maging formula na natin mga kapatid. Yan. Cost of new issuance, pansinin nyo, dividend 1 pa rin na nasa numerator, pero yung denominator na P sub 0, nabawasan na siya ng flotation cost. So times 1 minus flotation cost percentage. Mag-ingat po dyan. Kapag ang binigay is flotation cost percentage, just follow the formula. P sub 0 times 1 minus percentage ng flotation cost. Example, kung 5% ng flotation cost, price is 10 pesos. So 10 pesos times 0.95. So magiging 9.5 po ang denominator. Obviously, tataas po yung magiging cost of new issuance. Pero pag ang flotation cost ay already in the form of per share, hindi po 1 minus flotation cost per share, hindi po, diretso mo na. Kunyari, the flotation cost is 1 peso per share, o di 10, yung P sub 0 minus 1. So magiging 9 ang denominator. Okay? Now, how about the weighted average cost of capital formula? So ito po yun. No? After determining the components of WACC, which are again cost of debt, cost of preferred, cost of common equity, either cost of retained earnings or cost of new issuance. So yung cost of equity natin mga kapatid, dalawa po yan. meron tayong tinatawag na carry, cost of retained earnings, or Kenny. Di ba? Kenny. Ayan. Oh, may Kenny. Ayan. Cost of new issuance. Okay? So, ngayon, kailan mo gagamitin or i-compute yung cost of new issuance kapag ka merong additional stocks na i-issue because hindi kayang pondohan ng retained earnings yung expansion mo. Pero kung kaya niyang pondohan, you don't need to issue additional shares. Ibig sabihin, if your retained earnings breakpoint ay hindi po nalagpasan, okay, ng kailangang pondo, you don't need to issue additional shares. So, carry lang ang kailangan. Retained earnings. Hence, you don't need to apply the flotation cost. Ito po yun. So, paano po ang ating formula ngayon sa weighted average cost of capital? I-ano lang natin, summarize lang po natin, no? Ito na po siya. Ayan. WACC is equivalent to cost of debt times 1 minus tax rate times debt ratio. Ang weight po na ito ay debt ratio. Cost of preferred times weight of preferred. So that's your equity ratio, portion of preferred stock. And then cost of equity or common equity times equity ratio, portion of common equity. Ayan po ha. Okay? Of course, ito hindi na bago sa inyo. Bakit po ulit minumultiply ang tax rate, 1 minus tax rate? Because of the tax shield effect ng interest. Pero wala pong imumultiply na 1 minus tax rate sa preferred at saka common stock. So to illustrate, we have number 1. Myra G Company is estimating its WACC. The company has collected the following information. Its capital consists of 50% debt and 50% equity. Ibig sabihin, ang kanyang debt ratio and equity ratio, 50-50. So, debt to equity ratio is 1. Okay, kasi 50 over 50, that's 1. The company has 10-year bond outstanding with 9% annual coupon. Hindi po ito, ha? Hindi ito ang kailangan mo, okay? Kung sakali man na discounted or at a premium. Why? Kasi pag discounted, remember end. End. The effective is greater than nominal. Kapag ganyan, discounted po yung bond. Okay? Remember the acronym END. Okay? But if it is nominal greater than effective, premium. Hindi yan na kailangan mo kung nominal lang yan. At ang result ng bond ay discounted bond or premium. Pero kung yan ay at par, kagaya po nito, coupon rate that are trading at par, ibig sabihin, okay, ito pong 9 na ito is equivalent sa effective na rin. Yung coupon rate na yan, na nominal, effective na rin siya. Okay? Pero pag binigyan kayo ng nominal, binigyan kayo ng effective, ang piliin nyo is effective or the YTM. Company stocks rate is 40%, risk-free rate is 6%, market risk premium is 5%, and beta is 1.4. Aggressive beta. What is the company's WACC? Ang sagot po natin ay 9.2%. Why? Kasi ang cost of debt po natin 9% before tax, no? And cost of equity 13%. Paano kinompute? 1.4 times 5% plus 6%. And then itong 13% na to, imumultiply mo ng 50% equity ratio. And ito namang 9%, dapat i-after tax mo pa yan, mga kapatid, ha? Times 1 minus 40% tax rate times debt ratio of 50%. So ang WACC natin is 9.2%. Ibig sabihin, sa bawat piso, okay? Sa bawat piso na nalikom mo, okay? Merong 9.2% na dapat mong ibayad. Piso from either from bonds o kaya naman equity, meron kang iset aside na 9.2% of that 1 peso as your cost. Siyempre, class, cost of capital yan. Sino ba naman ang may gustong mataas ang WACC? Di ba? So pag ang mga tanong, class, ay with regard to WACC, the lower the WACC, the better. Di ba? Mas mataas po ang tinatawag nating corporate value ng isang korporasyon if yung cost of capital niya ay mababa. You have learned this in your stock valuation, di ba? Yung tinatawag nating firm value or market value of the firm. Free cash flow 1 over WACC minus G, di ba? Yun yung formula. Pero we'll discuss this when we reach stock valuation ulit. But for now, let us solve problem letter B. Okay, let me read. Hillard Corp wants to calculate its weighted average cost of capital. The company's CFO has collected the following information. So una, the company's long-term bond currently offer a yield to maturity. Ayan na po, binigay na po si YTM. Ilang percent? 8%. The company's stock price is 32 per share. Pag binigyan ka ng ganyan, hindi CAPM ang gagamitin mo sa pag-compute ng KE. Paano po? Using the David Gordon model or the discounted cash flow technique, which is div1 over P sub 0 plus G. Okay? The company recently paid. O, class ha, pag sinabing recently paid, etong 2 peso per share na ito is dividend 0. Diba? Hindi po yan yung kailangan mo. Yung kailangan mo yung i-expect mo pa lang na dividend. So para maging dividend 1 yan, okay? Kailangan mo gawing dividend 1 yan, i-multiply mo ngayon itong D sub 0 ng tinatawag nating growth rate. So times 1 plus growth rate to get the expected dividend. Ayan ha. The dividend is expected to grow at a constant rate of 6%. The company pays 10% flotation cost whenever it issues new common stock. So, i-multiply mo yung 1 minus 10% sa P sub 0 na 32 kung mag-i-issue tayo ng shares. Kung hindi, dahil sapat naman ng RE, you don't need to use the flotation cost. The company's target capital structure is 75% equity and 25% debt. The company's tax rate is 40%. Ito na po. The firm will be able to use the retained earnings. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mo kailangan si 10%. You don't need to issue. Okay? So, kailangan mo lang naman yung retained earnings kasi sapat naman siya. So, what is the weighted average cost of capital? Paano po kinompute yung 10.67? So, first, we have here, okay, cost of debt of 8%. Ayan, 8% po yung ating KD. Okay? And then, yung cost of new issuance, actually, hindi mo ginamit, no? Kaya cost of retained earnings pa rin po ang makocompute natin. D sub 0, which is 2, times 1.06, which is 1 plus growth rate over 32. Okay? So you have here plus 6% na growth rate. Kaya ang cost of equity mo is 12.625. Hindi po natin ginamit ang flotation cost. So ngayon, your weighted average cost of capital is equivalent to 8%. Times 1 minus tax rate times 25% na debt ratio plus 12.625 without the effect of flotation times 75%. So your WACC is 10.67%. Again, the lower the WACC, the better. Kasi kapag mababa ang cost of capital mo, tumataas ang stock price. And take note, the ultimate goal of the firm sa corporation pinag-usapan natin is what? Market value maximization or also known as stock price maximization. Kasi dyan ka mas magre-represent o maipapakita mo na mataas ang value kapag madaming gustong bumili. Mataas ang stock price mo. Okay? So take note of that. Ang WACC, nakaka-affect yan sa pag-value ng firm. So pag mababa ang WACC or cost of capital, mababa lang yung cost mo and it follows naman na tumataas yung value mo kasi nakakatipid ka. Okay? And of course, okay, kapag pagdating natin sa firm valuation, i-discuss din natin yan, ipapakita natin yung formula kung bakit mas magandang mababa ang cost of capital. Then last problem, okay, we have here Butchart Company. Okay? Butchart Company sells stock at 20 pesos per share. Its last dividend, so last dividend na naman, equivalent to 1 peso. Its growth rate is constant at 6%. The company would incur flotation cost of 20% if sold new common stock. Retained earnings for the coming year are expected to be 1 million. So yung unrestricted RE niya na pwede mong gamitin, 1 million. The common equity ratio is 60%. If Butchart Company's capital budget is 2 million, ito pong capital budget na ito, 2 million, ang gagawin nyo kasi dyan, class, i-multiply mo yung 60% na equity. Ibig sabihin, yung 2 million na yan, 60% dyan, ang magpopondo dyan ay galing sa equity. So 1.2 million ang galing sa common equity. Di ba? Eh sir, yung 40%, yung 40% naman ay manggagaling sa utang, debt. Kasi nga ang debt to equity ratio natin ay 40-60 or equity to debt 60-40. Kaya 40% of 2 million, 800,000 naman, popondohan naman ito ng what? Utang. through issuance of long-term debt. So kung 1.2 million pala mga kapatid, yung ating popondohan na galing sa equity, magkano ba yung retained earnings natin? 1 million lang. So 1.2 minus 1 million, kulang ka pa ng 200,000. So ibig sabihin, kailangan mo ng new issuance, hence you have to apply the flotation cost to get the cost of new issuance. So what component of cost of common equity will be built into WACC for the last peso? So pag sinabi nating last peso sa pinakahuling piso, 'di ba? Na ibabayad mo, okay, sa mga pinagkunan mo ng pondo, saan siya manggagaling? Is it from your retained earnings or is it from your new issuance? At ang sagot po niyan, class, kahit hindi mo isolve kung yan lang ang tanong at hindi kayo pinapakompute, dito lang, class, 1.2 ang kailangan, ubos na si 1 million, exhausted na. Yung 200,000, yan po yung nahuhuli. So ang sagot natin ay cost of new issuance. Di ba? Pero kung ang tanong is, what component of cost of common equity will be built into WACC for the last peso capital, baka ipasolve sa inyo. So kung isosolve nyo yan, okay, ang sagot natin ay 12.63 at ito po ang formula. Yan. So D0 times 1 plus G over P0 minus 1 minus flotation cost. So in effect na po natin yung 20% na flotation cost. So 20 times 0.8, that's 16. Diba? So 1.06 over 16 plus 6%. So you have 12.625 or 12.63. Okay, 12.63. Ayan. Okay, the last peso WACC is a special computation for WACC in the instance where the common equity portion consists of retained earnings and new issuance. Instead of composite WACC, pag sinabi natin composite WACC, lahat ng component ay kasama. Magkasama po, magkakasabay. Ganito na lang, class, ha? Kapag composite, sabay si RE at si new issuance. Kapag ka naman last peso, hindi pwedeng magsabay. Mamili ka lang sa isa. Kung sapat ang RE, huwag ka nang mag-new issuance. Kung hindi sapat ang RE, new issuance ang nasa last peso. Okay? The last peso WACC only includes the new issuance of common stock. So with this, we end our discussion with respect to, okay, weighted average cost of capital.